Hi, and welcome to another narrative presented by yours truly, Cryptids Roost. Now, if you enjoy this and the other stories, please be so kind as to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. This will help with the YouTube's algorithm and will promote the channel more. Now, even though I'm not yet monetized by YouTube, I have created some awesome merch for you guys. So please be so kind as to visit www.redbubble.com/people/cryptids-roost and go grab yourself a t-shirt, mug, wall clock, or even a duvet cover, or whatever else grabs your fancy. The link will be in the description. Now, if you would like an honourable mention, take a snapshot of yourself with your item and I'll feature it in one of the videos. Oh, and thank you all for helping us to reach the first milestone of 100 subscribers. Our next big one will be 500, so I'm sure we can do it. Oh, and don't forget to leave a comment, maybe tell us how you would handle the upcoming situations. So grab your coffee, sit back and enjoy the show. A guide from a monster hunter. This brilliant new series is written by Reddit user SoLonely200. Hello, my name's Ulysses and I hunt monsters for the government. And I don't mean people. Vampires, zombies, demons, werewolves, hell, even a Wendigo. You name it, I've encountered it. Anyway, a little background on me. I was born in the bayous of Louisiana. I hunted gators for most of my life. Then the government comes and they say, Ulysses, we want you to work for us hunting monsters. Can't say I blame them. I'm the best damn gator hunter in Louisiana, and I guess they figured I'd be pretty good at that too. I won't say how much I'm paid, but it's a hell of a lot more than any gator will bag me. Now, without further delay, I'll begin my survival guide to monsters. Let's begin with the basics, shall we? Vampires. I want you to take any stereotypical vampire and ditch everything you know. While it's true the bastards hate sunlight, they aren't killed by it, and they don't give a damn about crosses or coffins. A real vampire is usually between 6 and 7 feet tall. They have teeth like a beaver almost, big and sharp. They are nocturnal, and when they aren't active during the day, they roam caves and underground areas like sewers. And they aren't like Dracula. They aren't, nor were they ever, human. They are pale and look sort of like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. They are primal bloodsuckers, and trust me, a vampire feeding is never as clean as a bite to the neck. They hate sunlight, not because it hurts them, but because they lurk in caves and other dark places their whole lives. Speaking of which, they usually live anywhere from 20 to 40 years. They usually prey on animals, but will attack humans if in their territory. They live in dens like wolves. A good sign a vampire den is nearby is there will be no life in the cave. No insects, bats or plants, nothing. The only way to kill them is destroying the head. Moving on. Zombies. Now, admittedly, these fellas are pretty close to what you think. Shambling corpses, hungry for flesh, but they're pretty harmless. I mean, they are walking corpses. They can barely bite. Barely. If they break the skin, disinfecting the wound should be enough. I've been bitten a few times, so I'd know. Not much to say on them really. Avoid the teeth. Oh, and one more thing. The whole headshot thing is total bullshit. Only way to put them down for good is dismemberment or fire. And being bitten doesn't mean you'll turn. Zombies are what happens when some idiot kids play with an Ouija board in a graveyard. Spirits lodge themselves in these corpses. Anyway, that's my guess. Moving on. Werewolves. Werewolves are just as mean as they are in the movies. However, they are bigger than in the movies. In all reality, they are about 12 feet tall and not friendly. Full moons are a myth, kinda. They turn during 3 scenarios: a full moon, a lunar eclipse and the blood moon. But the transformation lasts about a week, not a single night. and there's no talking to the person inside. That's a good way to get killed. Lycanthropy is not transmitted through bites. In fact, it's genetic. It's rarely passed down from generation, and they're pretty rare indeed. Also, kids with lycanthropy are like 6 feet tall puppies. Just an FYI. A werewolf can be stopped by 2 methods. The simplest is a bullet to the head. No need for silver. Method 2 is the cure. Stopping the beast from feeding for the entirety of the transformation will cure them of their status as a werewolf. Also, women can be carriers of the gene, but they cannot become werewolves themselves. Again, do not try that shit about, I know you're in there somewhere. It won't work. Demons. Okay, so you know everything you know is pretty accurate for these guys. They're otherworldly entities, and evil as they get. Some are true monsters, others are Saturday morning cartoon villain kind of evil. I have performed exorcisms, and if need be, I've had to burn a few people at the stake to save their souls. Not much to say here, so I'll move on. Sasquatch, the big one. Old Bigfoot is like a cross between a grizzly and a gorilla. 800 pounds of hair and bad attitude. I've only ever killed one. I've encountered them a few dozen times. They have hands like a fist of razor blades. Do not approach a Sasquatch, and God for sakes, don't shoot it, you'll just piss it off. They stick to themselves most times and live in the northwest. Chupacabra. Remember how I described the vampires? This is their canine cousin. They are not very friendly and sometimes can be found living in the same dens as vampires. They can be tamed, but I wouldn't recommend trying it. The average chupacabra is about the size of a German shepherd. They have no hair or pigment and can bite as hard as any gator I've encountered. A shotgun can put them down though. If you encounter a pack of them, stick your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. The devil. I met Old Scratch a few years back. He's actually not a bad guy. I mean, he is the prince of lies and darkness and evil and all of that shit, but he doesn't make deals for souls or anything. Really, he just kind of floats around existence, tempting people to sin, cheating on their spouses, murder, endorsing New Jersey, etc. He doesn't care for it, mind you. It's just the influence his presence has. He typically takes the form of a middle-aged, handsome man in a black suit with a red undershirt, black tie and vest. He might also take the form of a woman in a blood-red dress. The easiest way to tell the devil is no matter what form he takes, he has a scar on his left hand, a snake tattoo on his forearm, and burn scars on his back. He doesn't even try tempting me anymore. I think he sees me like a therapist. When he's off the clock, so to speak, he's just kind of depressed. The demons do all the possessions and stuff. He just kind of wants to be rid of it all. Anyway, that's all I've got time for now. These are just some of the basics, so you know what to do if you encounter one of these guys. Edit. Ulysses here. Just figured I'd ask if there are any creatures or monsters you were curious on. Let me know, and if I've encountered it, I'll include it in part 2 of this guide. Wow, what an epic episode! If you enjoyed listening to this narrative, be sure to pop over to the author's Reddit profile, SoLonely200, and drop them a line or even give them a glowing review. The link to their Reddit profile will be below in the description. Thank you for listening, and if you enjoyed my narration, then please feel free to like and share the video, leave a comment below, maybe tell us how you would handle these situations, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell and then select all. That way you'll receive all notifications each time I upload a new video. Even though I am not yet monetized by YouTube, I have created some awesome merch for you guys. So please be so kind as to visit www.redbubble.com/people/cryptids-roost and grab yourself a t-shirt, mug, wall clock, or even a duvet cover, or whatever else grabs your fancy. The link is in the description. If you would like to have an honourable mention, take a snapshot of yourself with your item and I'll feature it in one of the videos. Have you had a cryptid sighting, paranormal or supernatural encounter, or even had a creepy or terrifying situation you would like to share? Or have you written a creepypasta story you would like me to narrate for you? You can submit your stories to cryptidsroost@gmail.com, and if you wish to remain anonymous, that's fine with me. Now, I also have a Twitter, Reddit, Discord, and a Facebook group. And if you would like to support this channel and help make it grow, my PayPal is paypal.me/Cryptids Roost. Again, that will also be below. And don't forget, where fear is, happiness is not.